KK Java Tutorials. In this video tutorial, we'll talk about bubble sort in Java. First of all, we'll understand what is bubble sort is all about. And after that, we will move towards to write code, how to implement bubble sort in Java. And finally, we'll see how we can improve that bubble sort, right? So we'll see the improved version as well. Yeah. So let's try to understand how bubble sort basically works. Guys, as you know, sorting is very important in any programming language, right? So if you sort your input data, then searching in some cases would be very faster, right? So you know, like in dictionary, right, everything is sorted, and that's how we can search any word within the dictionary, right? So as you know, sorting is very important in terms of basically if your data set is so huge and if you want to basically search any specific set of data or any specific element within huge input data, right? So let's try to understand what is bubble sort. So guys, when we talk about the bubble sort, so here I'll take an example of array of integer. So here you can see we have an array of integer, right? And we would like to sort this array of integer, right? So bubble sort, how it works, bubble sort basically starts basically comparing the adjacent element or consecutive elements, right? Here in this input 29 and 10, first bubble sort will compare these two first element, and if bubble sort finds previous element is greater than after element, means here you can see 29 is greater than 10, so there is some swapping will happen, right? So once you swap, then 10 will come on the 0th index and 29 will come on the next index, means first index, and input would be something like means next step it will arrange element in something like 10, 20, and then rest of the elements would be same. Now again, first two elements has been compared. Now next two elements means 29 and 40 will be compared, and again we find 29 is greater than 40, right? So again swapping will happen in next step. Element would be arranged something like 10, 14, 29, 37, and 13. Again in next step, next two element is gonna compare, right? Then again this swapping is needed because previous element is greater than after element. So uh, after one pass or after one iteration, this is called one iteration or one pass, greatest element would be the last in the array, right? So this is the correct basically position where we wanted to keep the greatest element, right? In similar process happens, and next passes again we start comparing, right? And second greatest element would be on the second largest element, second largest index in the input array. So in second pass element would, second greatest element would be kept on second last index in the array, right? In similar way, if your input elements is having 5 elements, that means 4 iteration or 4 passes is needed to sort complete array. Okay, so you have to keep in mind, let's say if your input array contains 10 elements, then total number of passes or total number of iteration we needed, input number of input minus 1, means 10. If you have 10 elements in the array, then total passes we needed 10 minus 1, 9 iteration we needed to sort the complete array. Now this is the concept all about. Now let's move towards for implementation, right? So here I have already created a project bubble sort using iterative approach, but code I haven't written. If you look at the code, so here we are taking input array size from the keyboard, and just I have created input array, and then just I'm populating this array with the elements, and just original array just I'm printing, right? So rest of the code is still we have to write. Now whatever input we are taking, that might not be in the sorted format, right? So we have to sort that input array using bubble sort, right? So here I am going to write the code. So I'd write int, right? I would say sorted array, okay, that would be the return. I would say bubble sort, right? And here I am going to pass that input array, right? input array we have to pass. Now let's create. So guys, here if you look in this basically in this algorithm, always in every iteration greatest element is going to put on the correct place, right, correct order. So that's why this is called bubble sort. That greatest element is bubbled on the last, right? This is called bubble sort. And now here what we have to do, here I'm going to implement this algorithm using iterative approach. Means just I'm going to apply one loop. So loop inside the loop basically. So here, so this is my input array, and as we talked, if input how many basically passes or iteration we needed a number of passes, whatever is the number of input minus 1. So this much iteration we needed or passes we needed. So just I have deducted 1, right? Now again we have to write one more loop, right, inside that. So index start from j equals to 0, and here j minus 1 I'll write, right, and inside that I'm going to write cases for that swapping should happen, right? So here I'm going to write input array, and it's j greater than input array j plus 1, means previous element is greater than after elements, right, j plus 1, right, then swapping should happen. So swap, I'm going to write code for the swapping. So just I'm going to take one temporary variable, let's say int temp equal to input array size j, right? So I know, if I believe everybody know how to do the swapping, right? So j input array of j equals to j plus 1, right? And finally input array j plus 1 equals to temp, and that's how basically we swap two numbers, right, using a temporary variable, right? And finally you have to return this input array which is already sorted. Yeah, and almost we have done. Let me run this program. So there is some compilation error, I don't know why. Okay, so here we have to return array, right? So that's a error is throwing. Okay, so now let me run this program. What happened again? There is compilation. Okay, this is nothing but the array. Okay, sorry guys, now we need to print this as well, right? So it's a sorted array, and this sorted array we have to print. Just I'm going to use arrays.toString. This will print the sorted array, right? If I run this application now, then this is asking me to enter the input array size. Just I'm going to enter 5, and I'm going to enter some 5 elements over here, 12, 19, 20, 30. Yeah, so here you can see original array, in what order we have entered element. This is displaying the input array, and sorted array you can see elements are in sorted, right? So this algorithm is working perfectly fine. If you ask me what would be the complexity, right, time complexity, so we have used a loop inside the loop, right? So here this loop is gonna basically execute n number of times, right? Now this loop is going to execute n number of times, right? So n into n, so complexity is a big O of n square, but we can improve this algorithm, right? So here you can see, if you look into the slide, every time in every pass one element is going to sort, and that is populated on the right place. So for that region you can deduct I something. So this is the one of improvement you can do. This deduction is happened because elements is getting sorted in every iteration or every pass. One element is going to sort, and that's why I have deducted I. Second thing is, still this is going to be working very fine, but this is little improvement. Still there are some scope for improvement. Let's say our algorithm is currently not aware. If input array is already sorted, then this is completely unaware. Still this swapping is going to check, right? So we can avoid this check, right, in first iteration itself, right? So only one iteration is needed. If input is basically already sorted, right? So what I'll do some improvement over here. I'll take a boolean flag over here. Okay, boolean, and I say any name you can give. I am going to give sorted equal to let's say false. Default value I'm going to assign false, right? Default value I have assigned false. Now let's say control goes here, then I'd say sorted, and only control will go inside this basically if condition. If sorting is needed, then I will reset this flag as true, means sorting I mean swapping is needed. If array is already sorted, then control will never go inside, right? In first iteration, when first external loop gets executed at the time, if control will not go inside, that means array is already sorted, right? So then I'll come out from this loop, internal loop, and here you can give the condition if this sorted is false, right? Whatever flag is sorted is false, right? Sorted is false, right? Negation of sort you have to, right? So see, sort initially we have set it as false. If control will not go inside this in first iteration itself, then array is already sorted. Then we can break from the internal, we can break from this loop itself, right? So this is going to improve our algorithm when input is already sorted. Now let me show you this in debugging. I'm going to debug right now. So here I'm going to debug for array which is already input is sorted, right? So here I'm going to set the size as 5, then 12, 13, 45, 70 and 90. Here you can see input array is already sorted, right? So if you look into how this algorithm is basically internally working now, I'm going to press F6, right? So a control went inside, there is no swapping is happening. I have kept debug point inside the if block. Now here you can see there is no swapping is happening, right? F6. Now this is still false because control never went inside this. And if I press F6, then here you can see now this algorithm is improved, right? Now let me run this program once more for the input which is not sorted basically, so that make sure that whatever changes I have done, that's working perfectly fine. Yeah, and here you can see this is our original input array and this is the sorted array. So this algorithm is working very fine, right? Now let's talk about the complexity, right? And complexity as well as basically I mean time and space complexity. If you look into the worst case complexity, right? In worst case, both loop is going to execute, right? In that case, even though this is executing n number of times, right? And this loop is always executing basically n-1, then n-2, something like that, right? In every iteration, or basically in every pass, right, we are going to deduct the value of I, so n-1, n-2, something like that. But there is a nested loop, so overall complexity, if you look, then big O of n square, that would be the time complexity in the worst case, right? So now next base case complexity or improved version, there is arrays already sorted, and for that we have done customization using this flag. So in first iteration itself, control is going to out from this external loop. That means base case complexity for improved version O of n, right? Now average case complexity in basic version, of course, O of n square, and worst case basically space complexity. So we required only one temporary variable, right? So worst case space complexity would be O of 1. That's it, right? So this is all about, guys, bubble sort, how we can write a code for bubble sort in Java. If still you have any doubt, then please let me know, right? Guys, big thank you for watching this video, and see you there in the next video tutorial.